What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Abe and this is EVE Online, and we're talking about ship fitting. And today, or at least in this video, let's talk about the low slots. So I've got my Raven ship fitting up here, and I just want to draw attention to these ballistic control systems. Okay, so damage control devices add resistances to all of your pretty much your entire tank, right? And it drastically increases your hull damage resistance, your armor, and your shield. So this always will go in a low. If you're going to use a damage controls go in low. Other items that go in low slots, like we talked about in the last video, are armor tanked battleships. So if we were going to look at that Abaddon again, that would be an example. And then in addition, in the low slots, you also have damage increasing modules like the ballistic control system. And these exist for every type of damage that you might be doing for the most part. So these control missiles or effect missiles, and you can see they increase the rate of fire by 10.5%, and they increase the overall damage done by 10% as well. So, you know, you can stack a bunch of these down here. Also, items that impact and improve your ships or your weapon systems tracking. So your weapon systems are like the tracking and the damage is often impacted down here, rate of fire, that sort of thing. It also comes into play up here in the rigs, but we're not quite there yet, so let's focus on the lows. So, all right, so these affect missiles only. If I had projectile turrets, for example, what instead would I use? Well, instead of ballistic control systems, there are gyro stabilizers. And they're not in a rig slot. Let's try that again. Did I spell that wrong? Gyro. There we go. So let's look at the gyro. So this has a 10% damage bonus and a 10.5% rate of fire bonus. So this only affects projectile weapons, projectile turrets, right? And I believe, and let me preface this, I am not an expert. I don't know everything, and there's a lot I don't know, just period. So if I misspeak, I apologize. But I'm pretty sure the gyro stabilizer also affects rail guns, hybrid guns, and and lasers as well. So that covers kind of all of your general turret weaponry. Your ballistic control systems affect your missiles and your launchers. And if you're a drone-specific ship, well, does that leave you out in the cold? No. So there are drone damage amplifiers as well, and I would guess that they do something. The net effect is probably similar. So the drone damage bonus is 20.5%. So, and those also go in the low slot. So if you want to boost or modify your weaponry, then you're going to want to do so with these low slots. Now, if you're an armor tanked ship, you're going to have to walk the line. You're going to have to balance using your low slots for increasing your armor and your tank with increasing your weapon capability. So low slots have a lot of uses, and you need to balance and sort of figure out what works for you. Know that you can always impact and improve your weapon skills with, or your weapon damage, rate of fire, tracking capabilities, that sort of thing, using the low slots as well. And there are sort of general, you can only equip one of these damage controls per ship, but that is relegated to the low slots as well. Now there are like hull energy polarizers, which give your hull 99.99% resistance for a locked period of time. There are assault class ship versions of the damage control, which also have an activated ability, which these don't. These are just passive. But that should give you an idea of kind of what you put in the low slots and how you should prioritize and manage them. Generally, stacking 4 of a damage modifier it has diminishing returns. So the first and the second usually are pretty good. The third is iffy, and the fourth is usually better off being used for something else. But I've just got it in here right now because I was tinkering around with something I saw online. So that's the low slots. In the next video, we'll get into the mids, and we'll talk about like a little bit more specifically how you might go about using these and what you might want to emphasize while you're there. But for now, this is the lows, and thank you for joining me. If you have any questions or you want to jump in, I mean, this is really basic stuff, but these are things that I take for granted and that other people probably don't know. So if you're just starting out, this is probably new, and I'm happy to sort of help you out or learn with you as we can learn things together. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.